Wake up everybody, no more sleeping in bed. No more backwards thinking, time for thinking ahead. The world has changed so very much from what it used to be. There's so much hatred, war and poverty. Going deep with Deep Woods. Hi, hello everyone. My name is Deep Woods. I would like to know, can I go deep for just a few minutes? Thank you. Today I want to talk to you about timing. Sometimes people say there's not enough time in a day to get everything done. Some people speak about getting some me time. In some cases, rare cases, some we time. We talk about taking time to get to know each other. And that's the ultimate subject, taking time to get to know one another or knowing each other. I've often said, and it's been my experience, that before you can get to know someone else, you must first get to know yourself. Getting to know yourself is a lifelong experience in itself. So, technically speaking, you would never really get to know anyone totally, in totality. It's a process, a lifelong process. Again, like I said, getting to know yourself is a lifelong process. If you're truly creative, if you're truly being productive, you're going to do things you've never done before. And how you handle those things is going to be determined based off of your perception, how you view those particular situations. Do you consider them good or bad situations? Or are you like me? I look at all experiences as just what they are, experiences, for you to learn from equally. The problem with most of us is we have a concept based off of someone else's formula. What we think works, what doesn't work. Many times people speak about when they're in relationships about getting to know that other person. And when asked what time period, no one really has an answer. Some think 2 years, some say 3 or 4, some say a few months, whatever. You know, it has again been my experience that even those people who have taken years and years of getting to know each other still end up either A, breaking up, getting divorced, certain things like that. I've talked to several people who have talked about at one time was going to get married and they were engaged and eventually they broke off the engagement. And this was several years into the relationship, usually. Then I've come across people who have only known each other for a short period of time at the time when they first met and then eventually got married. And then 25, 35, 40, and even as late as 50 years, some of them are still together. There's no real exact formula or science of time or timing. You can say, well, I want to take some time to develop my career. And you go do all the right things, your career is successful, then you get in a certain age, 38, 40 or something, now you're ready to settle down. It's like the prospects seem to be fewer and fewer because of the way people are at in that time in their lives. So you find yourself scrambling for a mate, going on dating sites, going to single functions and stuff like that. You always end up with someone you find out that you really don't like. In the beginning, you thought you did. They look good, the conversation was cool, you know, and a few other little factors you may have put in that make you feel like, oh, he could be the one. But the ultimate reality is you don't make it. And it isn't because of time or timing. It's because of communication and also the ability to be able to, you know, look at things from a more spiritual level rather than a physical level. You can be successful in relationships, in business ventures, what have you. The first thing that you have to remember is that time or timing is within your control to a certain extent. No one knows what tomorrow holds for them. You don't know whether you're going to live or die. You don't know. I mean, it's too many factors. And, had a nephew who was living in an apartment, pretty nice apartment, and from his perspective, he probably thought he would still be there, for at least until the lease was up. But unfortunately, there was a fire, and he was displaced because of that fire. Pretty much lost everything. So now he's pretty much have to find another place. He's starting over again, and so on and so forth. That was not planned. So there's unforeseen factors, unforeseen events that play a role in our lives. The catch is we have to understand that we can control a good portion of our destiny by the choices we make, the decisions, and so forth. Ultimately, we have to realize that no matter what others think about you and your ventures, your relationships, your livelihood, you're the one that have to ultimately live with your decisions. If it's good, or if it's not so good. So the decision to do anything within a certain time factor should be based on the individual, not the collective whole of society. When two people are grown and make a decision to get into a relationship, it's up to them to make it work. And I found out by being creative, the more creative you are in anything, whether it be music, coming up with inventions, designs, and so forth, the more creative you are, the better your chances are of being real successful. There's a lot more to that subject. I can go on and on probably all day, but I'm going to leave you with this one thought. Only you can do you. Wake up, everybody. No more sleeping in bed.